Hey, long time no see. Welcome back to BIBSTER'S Repair Shop. Have it like that. Yeah, so it's been a hot minute since I've uploaded a video and gotten work done. We're gonna get into that, but tonight, this afternoon, tonight, tonight. We're gonna do a little bit of modification on the M for Poland. Putting, I don't know if I talked about in the last video a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to run this tank for Poland because I know how much fuel's in there. Then I can let this big tank be empty. And then, but I got to do some fancy plumbing work to do that. So there'll be fittings and filters and all sorts of stuff to tie this into the old sediment bowl and make it all work. But we'll bring you along for that. But the main reason why we haven't had any videos out is because Mrs. Bibster and I, we actually bought our first house. And so we've been working on moving the last couple weeks. Actually closed last week. So that's been taking priority. So tonight the plan is actually I'm going to try and get this thing all back together, get this all together, and then we'll take her across the river and take it over and see if it fits in the new garage. I think it will, but it might not. Didn't measure right, so well, stay tuned. I'll bring you back for something fun. All right, so I have it kind of mocked up, and I'll kind of bring you along and show you how exactly it's going to work. So, sorry, chair noise. And technically, this would have been the starting gas tank, and this would have been full of distillate. For when this is a dual fuel tractor still. Now, obviously, we learned in the last video this is a gas head, which gives me that just great 5.9 to 1 compression on this motor. So I'm going to convert this originally. The first owner had this set up as an extra hydraulic tank, which a lot of these were set up that way. So you'd have your hydraulic oil here, and then it would run down into here where your hydraulic pump would have normally been if it would have not been a factory option that was clearly not needed anymore. So you'll have your gas in here, your ball valve for good times. Open that up. Go through just a clear fuel filter so you can see how gunky it is. We'll shut that off because there might be some stuff still in there. And then you run over to this fancy deal I got going on here. It's just a T. And so then that'll run into here. And so if you have this closed, like it is right now, fuel flowing, it should be able to come back to here, but it shouldn't be able to go into here, I think. If it does, it's okay if it does. Because it won't go back into the tank. That's the most important thing. And then it'll go down to the carburetor. Now, let's say you want to run it on your big fuel tank. You'll open this valve, which will let fuel flow through, and you'll close this valve. And that will keep this tank separate. It also gives you a nice little reserve, because if you all know me, you know that I'm notorious for running tractors out of fuel. So I'll go ahead and button this all up. I also got to put the ignition system back together on this. I put some new spark plugs in it, kind of freshen it up. We'll throw some gas in this new tank and we'll see what it does. So we'll be right back. Don't mind me, I'll just be here for the next half hour trying to fill up probably a gallon container with these new stupid fuel jugs. Let's see all the fancy stuff there. All right, that should be enough to start it, and then we'll figure it out. Hold on. Well, folks, I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of what I call life lessons from BIBSTER. If you're gonna be trying to do this whole fancy smaller tank thing that's gonna be cool, and you get it all rigged up nice and make it look good and everything, check to make sure your tank itself doesn't leak. I'm not sure. There's probably a pin crack or something on this backside. So, great. Just pouring gas out. So, well, let's at least see if it works. Yeah. And it actually is going back to the 7 volt, and oh, there's a leak there, so that's good. All right, well, I was gonna film someone come across the bridge, but when you've had everything apart on the rear end of your tractor tire-wise, and then you realize like you haven't gone and given it a good once over again, probably time to put the camera down and just pray that you don't do this by backing into one of your other tractors. Luckily, I only scraped some rubber off the side, didn't actually puncture the tire, but that was almost bad. And don't go down the road with all your weight on, because, well, they almost look like cuts now. But yeah, so it's over at the new house. This will be, we're obviously going to put some more lights in here and do some other things. It's a little bit smaller of a shop, but it's going to actually be mine. So excited. We'll get some stuff on this so this thing can be in here better. I got to pull that front weight bracket off before next weekend. If I go pull these wheel weights off, try and get them a little more organized, and obviously put a toolbox here somewhere and do other things. But for now, I'm just gonna push her the rest of the way in. Hopefully not running. Yeah, so I have a new steering wheel for this tractor, but I might see if this steering wheel is just a little bit smaller, because race car, it would fit a lot better. What you have to do now is when you're coming underneath there, obviously if you're spraying out, you actually just pick up on this, just kind of push this up a little bit, and then you can slide underneath it. Sketchy, yes. Dangerous, of course. But all in all, a good time. So one tractor over here. And look, I mean, we still have all this extra floor space. Perfect, perfect. All right, like and subscribe. Here's the new house. We'll do more inside there later, but for now, you'll see more tractors parked right here. This will be where I work on tractors. So we'll see you on the next one. Like and subscribe. Hopefully it won't be 2 weeks until I upload again, but like I said, with moving, it's kind of crazy. So I'll try and keep you guys involved, and we'll see what's going on. All right, bye.